Well, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Rick. I'm your captain on this channel as well as your chef on this channel. And today I have another fish-themed recipe to share with you. It's the last of our halibut, so we have to make sure that this is extra, extra special. And today I'm making a deep-fried lemon halibut to share with you, and I hope that you enjoy it. It's all I've got left until the 2024 spring opener in April. I cannot get any more, so this is it. So I'm gonna make sure I treat this well. I'm gonna share this with you. It's so easy to make. I can't wait to do it. You gotta stick with me. I promise you're gonna love it. I can't wait to share it. Stand by. So as this recipe is very, very simple, as long as you have these ingredients in the shelf, which I imagine that you do, but if you don't, I'm gonna call them straight out for you. It's 5 lemons. We're gonna use the lemon juice for the sauce. We're gonna use the lemon zest in the sauce as well. You'll need some sugar. You're gonna need some salt, cornstarch, chicken powder. You're also gonna need some Shao Hsing cooking wine, some white pepper. You'll need a whole egg in a holder just like this, because if it's not in a holder like this, it's not gonna come out good. I promise you, you gotta find one of these. I think I got this off of Amazon. It was just one of those fun little things that I got, and it seems to work out. And then white flour, bleached flour, to make sure that it's not like the brown flour. You just need white plain flour. And then you're always gonna have to find a way to get that fish, and Captain Rick always has the fish. And then I'm literally just gonna take the skin off. And there's a reason why I'm doing this. I'm gonna take the skin and I'm gonna use it as part of the sauce. So this is the tricky part. We're just going to cut these skins off. We're going to want to take the white parts off because we don't want the white parts. It's kind of bitter, kind of like a grapefruit or any citrus fruit. If you don't take the white part off, then you're going to get a bitterness, and we don't want that. We just want just the thin layer. Okay, you only need like about one whole lemon skin. So what we want to do is just slice this up nice and thin. Ooh, you got to work out. You do have to work out, but it's so worth it. I promise. All this effort. That's it. That's all we need. You want them like this. Just nice thin shavings of zest. We'll throw the zest in a bowl. What we'll do is we'll cut a few of these in half. And you can get one of these anywhere, really. And let's just squeeze it in there. Okay. Just keep going. You want all that lemon juice as part of the sauce. Now you can substitute, if you don't have enough lemons, you can substitute and add white vinegar, but I would not recommend white vinegar because it's got a very strong acidic flavor. I like to keep mine pure and get the acid straight from the, All right, and then we're going to add sugar. It's 1 tablespoon, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tablespoons. Okay, then we're going to throw in some honey. Probably about 2 tablespoons maybe. Let's see. We can keep this going. Okay, I'm going to call that about 2 tablespoons of honey. So we're just going to stir this up a little bit, kind of mix it in there. Let everything kind of mix together, thin out just a little bit. And then we will throw this onto a pot or into a pot and then let it reduce. And we'll add some cornstarch with a little bit of water towards the end to thicken it up. But this is it for the sauce. Like I said, it's so easy, but so yummy. All right, so now we're gonna work on our halibut fillets. Just gonna take off some of that redness. When you're bleeding your fish, sometimes you get a little bit of blood left over on the bloodline. And some say it tastes a little fishy, but I don't think it does. I've tried it with it and without it, but for presentation, I'm just gonna remove it. Okay. And then we're simply gonna cut this up into nice chunks. Let's go about like that, like maybe an inch and an inch long, 1/4 inch, kind of like that. It's about the size that you like, or you should cut them into. Okay, and I'll throw it into a bowl separately. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with it next. So that's about the size pieces that you need for this. All right, so to the fish, we're just gonna add the Shao Hsing cooking wine. Let's go about 2 tablespoons. That seemed about right. So you'll need the chicken powder. We'll add a teaspoon. White pepper. Let's say about a 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm going for a pinch of salt, like that. That's all we need. And then lastly, we'll need the cornstarch. So I'm just gonna grab a teaspoon, maybe like that. Put that in there. And then my hands are clean, by the way. And then we're just gonna mix this up. Let that marinate for a couple minutes. Set that aside. Ooh, you know what I forgot? My egg. I need the egg. We need the egg. Let's go. Oh, that was the most horrible egg cracking. Don't worry. I'm not here to teach you how to crack eggs. So we'll mix that up nice and gently. So we won't smash the halibut. We don't want to crush the halibut. Halibut is already delicate as it is. We just want to infuse all of that. And then we'll let it sit. Set it aside for 5 minutes after this, just to give it some time to soak up all of those flavors, okay? Be right back. Oh my goodness, I forgot one of the most important ingredients. I did not share that with you. I need some Japanese breadcrumbs. I gotta run to the Bel Air. I'll be right back. Can't believe this. Oh boy, The beauty of live cooking is that whatever happens is gonna happen. You're coming with me to Bel Air because I forgot the breadcrumbs. So if you stayed this long, if you stayed in tune this long, you're coming along for the ride because we're gonna go get some breadcrumbs because we're not gonna make this without the breadcrumbs. So I forgot the breadcrumbs and I'm here at Bel Air grabbing some. Here we go. That's what I need. Here we go. I wasn't planning on making the trip to Bel Air, but I have to get these breadcrumbs. Otherwise the dish won't come out the way I want it to, so. All right, so I just got back from Bel Air. They didn't have the exact breadcrumbs I would have liked. I want the long breadcrumbs, but all they had was the kind of like the half grain breadcrumbs. This is all they had, but it's gonna work. It's still gonna taste good. It's still the same thing. It's just the visual, and then because of the fiasco, I'm gonna treat myself to a little bit of sake, and then it'll make it all better. Let's go. Let's finish this off. All right, if you remember the sauce, it's 5 lemons, lemon zest. In this case, it's just sliced up lemon peels, sugar, honey. Okay. I'm gonna let that boil up. Just remember to keep an eye on it. You don't want it to burn. You just want it to bubble. We don't want to cook out all of that natural lemon flavor. We do want this to bubble up, and then we're going to add some cornstarch with a little bit of water to thicken it up. All right, so it's been about 2 minutes. The lemon peels have broken down just a little bit. They've softened. And then I've got here 1/4 cup of water and a teaspoon of cornstarch. This is going to be just to thicken it all up. And we'll stir that in, let that thicken up. Once it comes to a nice rolling boil, we'll let it sit. Once it cools down, it'll be thick. You want it to be a nice thick sauce. That way your halibut stays nice and crispy and delicious. You don't take away from the fried crust of the halibut. And then that sauce is just an incredible sweet and tangy. Man, you guys, or gals. See this? Look at this consistency. It's kind of what you want. We'll let it break down just a tiny bit more. It only takes about a minute at most. Constantly stir. Constantly stir. Babysit it, okay? And then watch this. This is the consistency. It's kind of like a syrup, but a little bit lighter than a syrup. That's it. Turn the fire off and let it sit. Okay. As it cools down, we're going to go ahead and fry the fish up, and we're ready to get this going. Be right back. So while the oil is heating up to 350 degrees, I'm going to go add a little bit more Shao Hsing cooking wine. Probably about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons. Just stir it up a little bit. You want to water it down just a tiny more. That way the coating can stick. The breadcrumbs. And then I'm going to get that Japanese breadcrumb. I'm going to use about 1/2 of this bag. That breadcrumb right there. I wish I had the long ones. They have a different texture. This one still tastes the same, just has a different texture. So we'll just toss these in. work carefully because halibut is very delicate. Okay, don't squeeze, don't push too hard. Just get everything coated, every single piece, and then we're ready to dump this into the fryer. Halibut cooks very, very quickly, especially of this size. You don't want to cook it for more than about 2 minutes. So you want your oil very hot. That way the halibut stays nice and tender, and then you get that nice crust from the breadcrumb. All right, so the oil is up to about 350. I'm just gonna grab a handful of the halibut and just start tossing it in there, just like this. It's not going to cook for long. It'll probably cook for about 2 minutes. And that's about it. All right, so I went to one of my local SF supermarkets, Asian stores, and got one of these because I can grab a ton of it out, or a ton of fried stuff out, all in one shot. That way I don't have to pick them out one by one. So the halibut will cook for 2 minutes, and that's it. Or whenever the crust gets nice and brown. Remember, halibut is delicate. It's gonna cook very fast. You don't want it to cook too long. So let's get it out. That's it, nice golden brown. We are out, taking it out. All right, we're gonna take a moment to show this halibut some love. Check this out. Yeah. That is exactly how it should be. 2 minutes, golden brown, everything is nice and crispy. The halibut is well taken care of, juicy on the inside. We're gonna go plate this now. Stand by. All right, so it's time for the plating. Let's get it done. All right, so here is our fried halibut. We're going to toss this onto a nice plate. Okay. All right, there's our sauce. There we go. Just going to drizzle it on top of our nice fried halibut. Simply for garnish, we're just gonna add, just for color, and you can eat this too. One of my things about garnish is you should never add a garnish unless you can eat it, and if you like mint, this is perfect. Just throw it wherever. And that's it, guys. Aside from the messiness, there is Captain Rick's lemon fried halibut. Let me know what you think. All right, so after all of the cooking that we've done, we've got to give it a taste to see how it came out. And I'm pretty sure it came out good. So let's check this out. I'm gonna grab a piece right from the center with that zest. Break a little piece off here. Oh my gosh, I'm having trouble. Hold on, but let me get some of that zest, that fresh lemon flavor. Here we go. Oh my gosh. It's fresh, it's tangy, it's not overpoweringly sweet. It's phenomenal, the crunch. You guys have to give this a shot. I hope that you do. I'm gonna go finish eating. Down to the last bite. That's how good it was. Look at this. goodness. I'll see you on the next one.